Some Buddhist texts suggest that people were reborn in beautiful lives simply because they gave food to an Arahant. Yeah, giving food to an Arahant is a really strong cow. It's a really, really good karma. Why does such a simple action produce such strong karma? How about when giving to someone who is not an Arahant, but is in greater need? Yeah, good question. This question comes up a lot, especially when Westerners go to Asia and they see the culture of dana there, and they think the monks have enough and the country is poor. So why is everybody still giving to the monasteries? This question comes up a lot. So what we need to consider when we think about the strength of a karma is two parts. One is the intention behind that karma, and the other one is the impact. And these two are not completely separate, they influence each other. Of these two, the karma is the leader. Sorry, the intention is the leader. So if you do an action with a bad intention, but miraculously there's some positive impact, it's still a bad karma. If you do an action with a good intention, but unfortunately there's some bad impact, it's still a good karma, right? So intention is the leader. There's no way that we can have a bad intention and it's a good karma, or that we can have a good intention and it's a bad karma. But intention is not the whole picture. The impact also matters. If you do an action with a bad intention and the impact isn't all that bad, it's not as bad of a karma as if you do an action with a bad intention and the impact is terrible. Let's say, for example, that you throw a rock at somebody out of anger, not thinking much about what will happen next. And in both cases, the anger, the intention is the same. In one case, it grazes their arm. In another case, it kills them. So the intention was the same, but the impact, obviously, when they die is much more heavy, and it's therefore a much heavier karma that you've committed. Likewise, on the bright side, we could do something beautiful like give a gift, and the intention could be the same. May you be well and happy. We might not even know they're an Arahant. May you be well and happy. On the one case, we could give this gift to somebody, and in supporting their life, the impact is relatively low. Maybe they don't go on to do much good for others or something like that. In the other case, we give a gift, the intention is the same, but the impact is very high. Because they're an Arahant, and supporting their life is supporting the continuation of a liberated being in the world and great wisdom and great benefit to others. So, because of that, it's a much stronger good karma, a much stronger cow, if you like. So the reason I said these two aren't fully separate, the intention and the impact, is because our wisdom gets involved in being able to intuit, understand, foresee what the benefits, what the impacts of our actions will be. So if we're completely blind to what the impact of our actions will be, not much wisdom there, or heavier defilements there, oftentimes. If we understand, oh, that's an Arahant, imagine the impact of me supporting them, how much good that can do in the world, then our wisdom is there. So the intention, the strength of the kusala and the impact, they can have their relation to each other. But there are also cases in which we might not know. There are examples in the suttas, for example, where people have offered something to a Pacceka Buddha. This is a fully self-enlightened being, but they can't really express what they know. So they've offered something to a Pacceka Buddha and didn't know it was a Pacceka Buddha, but the impact is still really strong. and it was a wholesome karma, so it makes a big, strong cow. Does it answer the question?